So we're going to be installing a power supply right now just to show you how to replace or put one in fresh. Pretty much it's the same thing both ways, just you have to unscrew 4 screws if you're replacing it before you put it in. So essentially putting a power supply in, here's a standard ATX power supply. Now when you're putting in modern machines, you want to remember to connect the 4-pin connector first, or else you'll have a hard time fitting your hands in there if you have a large heatsink. This one isn't too big, so I mean it's not really a problem, but generally when you have a power supply here, you can't really stick your hand in there to plug the connector. So I'm going to go ahead and hook that up first, and then we can go ahead and install the rest of the power supply. So there's a 4-pin connector right here, just so you can see this connector right here in the corner, and I'm going to go ahead and plug that in right now. So alright, now that that's in, we want to make sure that the fan is facing inwards to the machine, so it lines up properly with the screws in the back of the case. Slide it down here, and then we attach the screws to the back of it. So once you have the power supply in, you put all the screws in, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws actually needed for this, and then we'll go to cabling in a second. Main cables you're going to need for a power supply, for instance, this is the main 24-pin connector for the motherboard. In this case, the connector is right here on the board. So there's a clip here. You just want to line it up with the clip on the board and snap that in place. Other cables, these are the Molex connectors, mainly for connecting fans and video card power and other peripherals. And then you have your SATA connectors for hard drives and CD drives. And you don't see much of this anymore. These are IDE connectors, but they don't need power at all. So those drives are for, well, CD drives would be used for that, and you use the Molex connectors. We were just talking about these guys over here for that.